same directions. In part B, we just want to know, how many solutions are there and whether or not they're real numbers, and if so, what kind of real numbers or complex numbers. So we need to find the discriminant, but before we find the discriminant, what should we probably do? We have 3x squared minus 8x equals 2. How should I rewrite that? If you were actually going to solve the equation, what would you have to do? You'd have to set it equal to 0, and you do that so you can identify a, b, and c, right? So what do I do to both sides? Subtract 2. So I get 3x squared minus 8x minus 2 equals 0. Okay, what's a, b, and c? A is 3, B is negative 8. Yeah, you include the negative, right? And C is negative 2. Okay, the discriminant is B squared minus 4AC. Fill it in. Okay, you told me B is negative 8, so what happens when you square B? 64 minus 4 times what times what? 3 times, what would happen if I made it just 2? Would I be right? No, it's got to be negative 2. You got to be careful about that. Be aware that it's a common mistake to miss a negative so that you double check and you look for that mistake. So what do you end up with? 64 plus what? 24, which is what? 88. Okay, how does that compare with 0? Greater than 0. Is it a perfect? Well, okay, so which situation are we in? We're in situation 3 again, but this time is D a perfect square? Is 88 a perfect square? No, it's not a perfect square. So what can you expect? How many solutions, first of all? 2. So you're going to get 2 real solutions, but more specifically, they're irrational because 88 is not a perfect square. (5x squared plus 7x plus 3 equals 0). You guys tell me, what is the discriminant in this case? Fill it in. What do I get? What's b squared? 49. Minus 4 times what's a? 5. What's c? 3. So 49 minus 4 times 5 times 3? What is that? 60. Negative 11. How does that compare with 0? Less than 0. Which situation are we in? We're in situation number 1, right? So what can you expect? How many solutions and what type? 2 complex solutions. So we get 2 complex solutions. Your book might say we get 2 complex solutions. Your book might say 2 imaginary solutions, just so you know. Okay, but it's actually more accurate to say 2 complex solutions. So the only situation we didn't look at is situation 2 and d equals 0, right? But if you think about the quadratic formula, when d equals 0, that just means this part gets erased, right? The plus or minus becomes square root of b squared minus 4ac becomes plus or minus 0. And you just get negative b over 2a as your solution, which means you have 1 rational solution.